Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, and we're having a great day Tuesday. We're looking to have some fun. Make sure you put your questions in. Reach out to me if you need anything. David at dmeltzer.com. We're always here to help. Books, guides, exercises, training, all for free. Hope you enjoyed the Ferocious Buddha training. We got training this week. I'm sure we'll, Friday, it'll be there for you. Colleen, good to see you. Ben, nice to see you. Welcome, everybody. All right. We are rocking and rolling here. Questions are coming in. Team David Meltzer posting where to find me. That's awesome. We can go. Jason Waller, always in the house. Good to see you. Bam. Jason Waller, if you have not seen the Underdog podcast, check it out. Follow him. He's one of my faves. He's also the key ingredient on the 2-minute drill. There he is. Bam, bam, bam. Jason Waller, good to see you. How do I know what kind of business to start? Well, what I would do is take an inventory of your skills, your knowledge, and your desire. See where they're synergistic and supplementary to a business that best suits you, that you can make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun. But you got to know your skills and your knowledge of what and who in order to effectuate being statistically successful in starting a business. Those are the key components. When you can see where they're synergistic and supplementary to your desire, you will have a good place to start, and then you can angle to what you want, asking for help from those that are already there and creating something that has never been created before in the enjoyment of the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. What advice do you have for a new podcaster? Practice, practice, practice. Do as many as you can. Watch them yourself. Keep on practicing. Get better and better. Keep on posting as much as you can in all different formats. That podcast, allow it to grow. If you have 2 big fans every year that get you 2 more big fans, it's just a matter of time until it will grow. It is not viral. It is contagious. It's different. It will grow upon itself, creating acceleration, compound interest, and growth. What time do you start your mornings? 9 p.m. at night, I start my morning. That means I have an unwinding routine where I put my body, my mind, and my soul into the best position to recover and to clear the interference between me and the greatest source of love, light, and lessons so that I can plateau and grow at 4 a.m. When I arise into meditation to transcend the information I've downloaded and utilize the recovery, the most restful of my body, in order to effectuate the most I can out of my day. Mr. Pugh, good to see you. Anthony Pugh, how important is daily content for businesses? I think it's essential. I think multiple, you cannot post enough, often enough, in enough places. It's the lowest barrier of entry to build a community, to build a business, to raise awareness, to build a brand, to strengthen your frequency, to find your spectrum, and clarify your message. Post, post, post as much as you can. You got to build it. Use your frequency, your organic, authentic value that is greater than what you're asking for, and be able to communicate it better and better and better. Remember, that information is perpetual in a lot of different places. So you can go ahead and utilize the building of the energy and momentum that you create by posting. All right. We have my friend, Salone Monet. How are you today? We will bring you on live with founder and CEO of Salone Monet. She'd like to discuss her launch of her new Nude is Not a Color. And there she is. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Amazing. Thank you for joining me.
It's good to be here.
Well, I want to talk about your window tea and your crowdfunding campaigns. Give us a little bit of background on Nude is Not Your Color.
Yes, so our whole slogan and brand is about nude is not a color. I have a line of color inclusive nude heels that match the most important part of every great outfit, and that's the wearer. And that's important because you can wear them with anything, because just like you bring yourself to an outfit, that's something that's the most important part. You can put them on with anything, just like you would, have a base of foundation before you put on any other like fun makeup. The same thing goes with nude heels. But the unfortunate part is that if you Google nude heel right now, you're going to see thousands and thousands and thousands of shoes at all different price points, at all different styles that are basically the same color beige. So that's leaving a lot of people overlooked when it comes to actually accessing this utility that is the nude heel.
And you're going to be on Meet the Drapers, which are friends of mine, and
Oh,
Dominican
awesome. I didn't know
Republic.
that.
Yeah, we've for years and years and years, and I love it. Tell me, have you filmed it already?
Yes, so we actually filmed last fall, and so the my semifinal episode is actually airing this Saturday. So my first episode aired a couple weeks ago, and the semifinal starts on Saturday. And it's really exciting because they even keep like the results of the semifinals a secret from the companies. So I don't even know how the Saturday's episode is going to pan out. So I'll definitely be tuning in with everyone else.
That is so cool. And then when you find out you win, or don't, what happens next? How do they facilitate that? I obviously have a few TV shows myself, and we, of course, everybody knows who won. It's just episode by episode. But how they facilitate getting your reaction, moving you to the next level? How do they deal with that as far as the TV show goes?
Yeah, so they're going to announce, I'm assuming this episode, starting these next two episodes or three episodes, they're going to be announcing who the finalists are. So I know that I'm a semifinalist, and of the semifinalist rounds, they pick one brand to move to the finals. And then there's also kind of a like an audience chosen brand as well. And that's chosen via like, you know, how much you've raised on your crowdfunding campaign, which everyone who takes part in the show, you know, crowdfunds on Republic, which is, you know, an equity-based crowdfunding. So whoever's most successful also gets picked that way. So I'm unsure. I don't know if they're going to film our live reactions, but we do come back if you are chosen, you film again for the final episode.
What was your biggest lesson that you learned so far through the process, either in crowdfunding with the Republic or with the Draper show? Was there one lesson that stood out the most that you weren't anticipating?
Yeah, I think that especially with the show, the lesson that I learned was probably to like lead with your best assets and your biggest wins. I think that like when it comes to fashion, a lot of times you try to keep like your newest designs like close to the vest, and like your new, you know, retail partners close to the vest before everything is really solidified. And I think that when it comes to, and that makes sense, but when it comes to the competition shows, you really do have to just be willing to kind of like, you know, be a little bit more open to what you have going on in the process and like the exciting things that you have in the future, because otherwise, you know, you're just not going to seem as, you know, you won't seem as like reputable or, you know, as a great brand to choose or a company to choose.
Yeah, it's so interesting because, I had elevator pitch with Entrepreneur Magazine. I have 2 minute drill. I have office hours. And one of the reconciliations or difficulties that I find is that when you're dealing with entrepreneurs, funding competitions, pitch competitions, there is a fine line between the real world and TV. And, being entertained. And, you want to win, but you also have a business to run, a business to fund. And, those nuances really find their way as you get farther and farther along in a competition or in funding, that people only see snippets of what you've said, and through the vetting process, there's a big a reconciliation process, which is why so many companies don't get funded, even though during the TV process, it looks as if they will. For you, what was the most difficult reconciliation between performing and then also, being a business person and saying, well, this is just for TV? Was there any moments either for you or another company that really stand out?
Yeah, I mean, like one of the things that one of the reactions that I got from the judges was just that, like, you know, market fit in the shoe industry is highly competitive. And once you get that, it's hard to kind of compete with so many legacy brands that are already existing in the luxury and affordable luxury space. And in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I've already have, you know, PO offers from large retailers, but I couldn't talk about it yet. And so it was really difficult to, like, you know, I don't want to jeopardize those potential like relationships by announcing it before, and I didn't know exactly when the episode was going to air. But at the same time, I wanted to show the judges that like I am doing my due diligence and we're prepared to really, you know, go against these major brands as a small brand.
I will tell you from a judge's point of view, it's really difficult because sometimes, you want to use a one-liner. There's something that would make a great clip for a TV show or a great moment, or even, arguments. I know that Peter Goldberg, one of our, venture capital judges, and I, they would almost entice us to get into fights with one another on elevator pitch. And people are like, are you guys even friends? And, I consider him one of my really good friends. But That was another difficult part of, one-liners like, hey, that's a great idea. Too bad you have it. Like
Yeah.
those lines would never come out of my mouth in real life. And yet, with TV, there's all that promotion. Now, as far as the business goes, you get a lot of promotion from, Meet the Drapers, from Republic, but yet you still have to run a business. What's your biggest challenge today outside of all the media, outside of the crowdfunding, which is all community promotion, etc.? You still have to run a business. What's your biggest challenge today in actually running the business?
My biggest challenge to date is definitely like the operations and logistics. It's so difficult nowadays with COVID that, my factory could email me tomorrow and say, hey, we're only going down to manufacturing 3 days a week. And so trying to figure out when I need to order my next collection by to have it delivered in a timely fashion. And then, is my warehouse here prepared to deal with anything that happens on the COVID front? So it's just like, I feel like everything is, so consistently up in the air that I have, backup plans in place. And that's kind of like what we're trying to figure out now. So when it comes to just like the logistics of everything, like understanding where the issues could arise and then having, a plan B in place, in worst case scenario.
And has your direct selling increased and your strategy with direct selling increased and changed through COVID? And was it something you anticipated doing and it just was sped up, or was it something that was completely divergent from your original plan?
Yeah, so when COVID first happened, as an entrepreneur, you always set goals for yourself and you expect to you want to be further advanced than you ever are. Like that's kind of just always the case. And so when COVID happened, I was in an opportunity where I was about to launch a business model. I was about to relaunch my website. I was about to place a large order of shoes. And so because it was just me and I still am a very much a small business, I was able to hit the pause button and I just kind of waited it out. But what was interesting is that what ended up happening is people started to circulate. COVID came in conjunction with a Black Lives Matter movement, and people started to circulate Black brands to, promote and Black brands to, buy with. And so I actually have shown my business has grown consistently year over year in spite of COVID. And so I think that that's obviously the most important thing. And so it's really just, one of the other difficult things is just being able to make sure that, I don't just have spikes in sales, but, you are able to grow, smoothly and sustainably. So just figuring, the best way to do that between every spike in sales.
Well, you've done a fantastic job, especially Nude is Not a Color. What a phenomenal idea, and what a timely idea. And I wish we didn't see color in much more than even our shoes. So I am a huge proponent of what you're doing. I can't wait to see you on Meet the Drapers. When is that coming out again?
Yeah, it's this Saturday, the 24th, and you can Google Meet the Drapers. It's on their website, so you can watch it online.
Awesome. Well, I will give the Drapers a call as well and tell them what a great choice they've made in Salone Monet. They can see and meet SaloneMonet.com. Anywhere else they can find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Republic. I'm currently crowdfunding. It's, this is a equity round, so you can invest with as little as $1 and become an owner of my company. So that's really exciting, and there's 10 days left on the campaign. So if you think if this is something that is of interest to you for your portfolio, definitely find me on Republic, and my website as well.
Well, my team's going to reach out. We're investing today, so thank you so much for coming on.
Awesome.
I appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much, David. It was so good to meet you.
Nice
Bye.
to meet you, Salone. Take care. Congrats. I'm rooting for her. That's for sure. She's amazing. I love the story of how and what people do when things change. And she's just plowing forward, leaning in, breathing and watching and seeing what to do. Phenomenal guest, SaloneMonet.com. She's here. Let's take a quick question. We haven't really got any questions this morning. They've lined ourselves up real fast. Do you heal your mind to give the perspective you want to strive towards? You heal the connection between your mind and the downloads that help effectuate that plateau and grow. So utilizing your mindset to clear the interference between what's already there is kind of a key paradigm and perspective of what we're doing. We got to move directly into our next guest. They want to go live with me. We got the unbelievable question here. Brian Finkel and Davidson, and we are here to ask a question. Have them come in. There they are. Oh, just one of them. Here we go. Hey, am I supposed
Hey,
to join someone as well?
yeah, I believe Brian is supposed to join as well.
All right, Brian,
From
post up there. I'll join him real quick. Not that difficult to do. I'll just add him in. He's not in there yet, but
It's from the Devash Organics account.
the Vash Organics account. There we go. Okay, we will add. Oh no, I'm trying to see how I add him. Hold on, I'll get him in here. Thank you for your patience there, David.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
let
Really
me see.
appreciate you having us on today.
Invite to join. Let me see here. Where's my Devash? Thank you for your patience, everyone, for letting me find this one. Where's Brian at? Why don't you go ahead and give a little background if people can hear you while I join Brian?
Sure. So Brian and I, we started Devash Organics about 5 years ago now, and it really all started when we were on a study abroad trip in the Middle East, and that's really where we became best friends. And we really knew that we always wanted to start a business together from that point. And it took us a couple of years to really get the business going. We both started working in finance and in consulting, and after doing that. Brian was actually on a work trip doing some consulting in the Middle East, and he was actually the one that came across date syrup. And previously, I was actually working. I started a fruit snack company with one of my other best friends from college and one of my cousins. And Brian said, "Hey, now that you have all this experience and knowledge in the food industry, do you have any interest in launching a date company
Yeah,
together?"
hold on one second,
Since
Dave. So Brian's gonna have to update his IG. That's why he's not being able to join. So
okay.
yeah. So I apologize. Anyway, keep going. We'll take the question and hopefully you can get it in time.
No worries. And so yeah, we became Brian was the one who came up with the idea of launching date syrup in the US, and we we partnered with farms in California. Since I'm based here in LA, we started really small at farmers markets, and since then we've been able to grow nationwide. And now we're at a real pivotal inflection point in the business. We've seen tremendous growth. We're in about 6,500 stores across the U.S. We've done a great job of penetrating retail. We're in stores like Walmart, Whole Foods, Costco, Sprouts, and now we're really starting to double down on e-com and online. And being a fast-growing small company, there's so many different areas and opportunities with regard to where we could invest in marketing. And it's one of those things where the e-com space with regard to marketing can become incredibly saturated. It can become a black hole, money pit. And we're really trying to find the best places or the best area that we should be spending money today in order to build our community, and in order to educate people that we exist. Since date syrup is still a pretty new product, dates are still relatively new in the US. And Brian and I both hail from the Midwest. He's from Chicago, I'm from Cleveland. And people aren't familiar with dates and the benefits of dates with all the antioxidants and the potassium. And so we're now really trying to educate them, since we've done a great job of building a strong foundation, and now we're really trying to figure out, okay, where do we go from here? Where should we be, spending our marketing dollars, and where should we really start first? Since we've worked with a bunch of agencies in the past, and it's very hard to find people that really care about your business the same way as you do. And so, we'd love to get your guidance and advice there, especially as we start to go down this journey in ecom.
Yeah, no, it's about community, and what's nice is you have a specific niche. We should get together. I'm gonna be in Cleveland for the draft next week.
Oh, very cool.
So you swing by Progressive Stadium, the baseball stadium?
Yeah,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll,
exactly.
I'll be doing a bunch of interviews there with the female quotient, and we'll be there for Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So make sure that you and I get together so we can have a deeper conversation about this. Look, you obviously are doing a great job in the distribution. You have a great product. Now it's time to build that community around it. And one of the key components of it is to not only work within the context of the product, but build your own frequency in your own community. And so think about it's far less expensive to keep a client than it is to get a new one. especially when you have a product like yours. And even more importantly, not only is it far less expensive to get and keep a current client, but to get them to sell for you. And so managing and developing the vision through seeing what they like and they don't like, building the community around the emotional attachment that they have around the product, and utilizing your campaigns, marketing, advertising, content campaigns around what people like and don't like about the product, meaning syrup itself, right? And I think people try to utilize convoluted marketing, convoluted advertising, convoluted sales, when at the core of why people love your product is because they like it. And you want to find out why they like it. And really hone into building a community around that emotional aspect, which will then strengthen that signal. So you'll go from 6,500 to 13,000 to direct selling to e-commerce side, that people will want the convenience, the subscription, the gift sets, all the different things that allow them to bond not only with your product, but bond through your product to others. And a lot of people, like I said, they make it a lot more difficult than it is. You've put in the work. You've proven through, sitting, I am sure, weekend after weekend, proving and enhancing and adjusting so that you could have the distribution that you have. Well, now's the easy part, because it works. Now you just have to go ahead and really get conscious about what people like about it and what they don't like about the other products, and go ahead and hone into the emotional attachment with the credibility of the great product that you have. And you'll see the exponentiality continue, like you've seen it, where, when it doubles and doubles and doubles, you get that hockey stick approach. It took you 90% of the time and effort to get to, literally where you're at today, which is probably about 25% of where you'll be. You're only another 5% if you stick to the same clarity, balance, and focus you had. You're only another 5% from doubling it to 50% of the way you'll be. Then you're only another 5% of the time until you get to 100, 200, 400, 800, 1600. And then you'll be buying that box for us for the Indian games, and the Browns games. So it's great to have the Buckeye in here who's selling date syrup. That's an amazing nuance in itself. I look forward to seeing you next weekend, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday in Cleveland. Happy to give you more advice. Hopefully that was a good start to building the community and keeping things simple and stupid, which is the best way for us Buckeyes, don't you think?
Absolutely. Well, really
Awesome.
appreciate you taking the time, and looking forward to staying in touch and seeing you soon.
All right, Dave. Make sure you invite Brian. Tell him I'm sorry I didn't get him in here, okay?
Will do. Have a great day, David.
Thank you, brother. Take care.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. Check them out. Amazing. It's just grinders, man. Good products and grinding. You got the law of gravity. Those guys planted their feet in the ground. The law of Goya, get off their ass and make it happen. And now they're in the law of attraction and exponential growth, as well as compound interest of that business. Check them out. Devash Organics, DevashOrganics.com, DVASH organics.com. Check them out. Date syrup sounds delicious and healthy. Very good. Let's keep them rocking, keep them rolling. Here we go. How do I know what my values are? Well, there's 4 types of values, and then you do an inventory of them. And the way that we know our values is through what we want. What we want personally, what we want experientially, what we want giving-wise, what we want receiving-wise. So if you know your what, you will know your values, and you can align your decision-making, your activities that you get paid for, activities you don't get paid for, even your sleep, with what you want personally, experientially, giving wise, and receiving wise. And utilizing that mechanism, you will find life to be a lot easier when you know your what, your who, your how, your now, and your why. So looking at those 5 daily practices, I teach those, I coach those. I have an exercise you can reach out. If anyone wants the 5 daily practices from me, I'll give it to you for free. David@dmeltzer.com. Right there, pin below, David@dmeltzer.com. Get the 5 daily practices, no problem. 949-298-2905. 949-298-2905. to join our text community as well. But get the 5 daily practice exercises from me, David at dmeltzer.com. Check out the playbook. It has all the different trainings I do for free. Download the playbook. It's on every platform, featured on Spotify, Google, iTunes, Entrepreneur. Check it out. The playbook, download it. You'll love it. Great to be there. All right, I'm looking for my friend Ashley Turner, the Farm Box, Ashley, talking about the food insecurity issue that we have today and have had for a while. So Ashley, go ahead, reach out to me. We'd love to have you on here and talking about how we have changed the Farm Box Direct business and farm prescription business right to your door to help with the insecurity, the food insecurity that we have. Looking for that. And let me know, Jake, if they're here. There's so many questions. We'll keep them going. Advice for someone about to start college on how to make the most of school. Well, making the most of school is determined on what you want. So utilizing the 5 daily practices, which I will send you for free, David at dmeltzer.com, you can figure out what classes to take, what organizations to join. For me, the biggest thing about starting off in college is utilizing the law of gravity, telling yourself, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm going to angle to what I want and have faith I'm going to end up somewhere better. So, use your values, your what, your who, your how, your now, and your why in order to effectuate trying things, which is what college is about. Trying different classes, trying different organizations, trying different events, all of those different things, exploring for yourself what you want to do. And there's so many different things. I personally, love college for building a network. I wish I would have went to a bigger college, but I couldn't play football at a bigger college for some odd reason. But I could have utilized that network at a big school in a really very, very efficient way. And so that network, the school networks are so important to help in what I do, entrepreneurship and business, the business development aspect of being able to, utilize a network of people that went to the same school. My college was very small. That's why they let me play football. But great academic school, and then got to go to graduate school at Tulane Law School there, and another great network of high achievers and good people, kind people. That was most important to me. All right, we're looking for Ashley Turner. If she can show up, that'd be great. If not, check out Farm Box Direct and farmboxdirect.com. Check it out. How do you know if you're an entrepreneur? You have a business that you make money with, then you're an entrepreneur. If you have a business that you're making money with, you're an entrepreneur. If you're an idea person, you're an innovator. But if you have a business that makes money with either your innovation or somebody else's, then you're an entrepreneur. So you need to have a business that you make money at, your business, and that makes you an entrepreneur. You can be an intrapreneur, you can be a philanthropreneur. All of those are nuances of being an entrepreneur, but you got to be able to make money. Entrepreneur versus innovator training is posted on the playbook. Download it, share it, like it, love it. It's on every platform, Spotify, Google, iTunes, they're all there. David Diamond TV, good to see you as well. Welcome also. It looks like Farm Box Direct is not going to show up today with their great request, but David Diamond is here. I think maybe I'll just go ahead and say hi to him, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, David at dmeltzer.com. If you want the 5 daily practices that will help you in all aspects, 5 daily practices. Vince Guzzo on the playbook. Hey, man, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, David.
Hello. Where are you calling from?
I'm actually from Nigeria.
Oh, awesome. This is second Nigerian. Awesome. Well, you have a question for me? How can I help you?
Well. Oh, as Nigerians, we're trying to, first of all, I like what you do. Thanks for your mentorship. It's so amazing here in Nigeria. We love you so much. I would like to have you here once.
Look, I'm going to come to Nigeria with Christian Okoye. I promised him, my Nigerian nightmare friend who ran me over in college football. But yeah, I'm coming with the Nigerian nightmare. We're going to go together as soon as COVID lets us in.
Wow. Okay, please, just like to find out how we as Nigerians can collaborate more with people from international countries.
Yep. So the best way, we're so blessed to have these types of platforms, and this is proof of how we can collaborate and utilize all the different platforms that are out there to reach out and ask for help. Right? Reach out and say, "Hey, do you know anyone that could help me? I'm starting a business in Nigeria. I'm looking for a manufacturer. I'm looking for a mold. I'm looking for advice on how to market better within my own community. I'm looking for, a charity to serve." Whatever it may be, I think a lot of people, especially internationally, are afraid to ask for help because they don't want to be put into the box of begging. There are some
Right.
people internationally that are out there just saying, "Give me money. I need," that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that want to be empowered, that want to learn and grow and assist and find people who are in the position that can easily help them by giving them situational knowledge, dummy tax, or relationships that can help accelerate worldwide what you're doing, because we all can sell direct now to each other. And when blockchain starts even hitting its chasm, we'll even have more opportunity to do business from Nigeria, from Dubai, from China. All of these different places are opening up. So I would get into the practice, David, of just, knowing what I want and asking people and finding people who sit in the situation I want to be in for help. You can go ahead and email me. I'd love to help you. I'd love to come and visit you with my dear friend Christian Okoye, and I certainly appreciate you coming live with me.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Keep in
Love
touch,
what
my
you do.
friend. Share my content in Nigeria. I love Nigeria.
Most definitely, I will.
Thank you. Take care. There he is, David Diamond TV. If you're not following him, give him a follow. Let's all help our friends around the world. We all have resources to help one another. Give us the gift of giving, meaning you will be empowered. The easiest way to change the way you feel is to take action, and the best action to take is to help somebody else. I'm going to repeat that before I go. The easiest way to change the way you feel is to take action, and the best action you could take is to do something for someone else. That easy. I promise you it'll change the way you feel. You cannot out logic the way you feel, but you can out activity it. And the activity I suggest most is to be of service to others and help someone. It'll change the way you feel. It is a medicinal effort. It is an unbelievable elixir of life to do good and to help others. Go ahead, reach out to me. 5 daily practices, david@dmeltzer.com. You can join my text community right here, 949-298-2905. Please be of service and of help. I'm going to take one more question. I want to give a shout out to Taylor Ashley Turner, farmboxdirect.com. Sorry you couldn't make it today. We will reschedule. And we got so many questions in here. It's just a blessing to have you all. How to become more stronger in belief what I'm doing. Lower the bar. Be consistent. Learn to enjoy the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of your potential. Learn it. Love it. You can do this. You lower the bar. If you're consistent, I promise you, it will be so easy for you. So make sure that you use these 5 daily practices that I'm giving everybody. 949-298-2905. David@dmeltzer.com. Right there. It's pinned right here. No excuses not to use the 5 daily practices to get what you want, to manifest what you want, from possibility to probability, probability to perspective. You can do it. Great, the 4 values: gratitude, be able to find the light, the love, and the lessons; forgiveness, when you make those mistakes, setbacks, they switch them around right away into peace. Take accountability, give yourself control. Learn that we're not living in a world of liability. There's no reason to blame other people, to be in shame, or to justify what you're doing. Simply be accountable, and you will be inspired in spirit. Things will come through you with appreciation, forgiveness, and accountability for other people. Please remember, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.